You're watching the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Now here's your hosts, Tom, Nick, and Dave. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. Uh-huh. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is TND. Welcome to the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If it's not your first time here, boy, howdy, do you know what we have to talk about today?
It's on Facebook how that douchebag hates us.
So, folks, we're recording this on Thursday, January 9th. When this airs, Nick's team and I will have played each other in football. But that's not the real headline. The real headline is that Hulk Hogan was booed out of the Intuit Dome. My God, somebody could have murdered a puppy and still would have gotten cheered by comparison to that man. Whew.
That was rough. I fucking loved it.
I loved it as well.
Turn him heel.
Now, let me say this.
Turn him heel.
WrestleMania 35, MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Hulk Hogan made a surprise appearance. Alexa Bliss was the host, and she said, I can make a WrestleMania moment like that. And then Real American busts through the sound system. And now keep in mind, this is after the whole sex tape, that's Terry Bollea's Yenis, all that controversy came back and he'd been brought back into WWE. Everybody, I should say 90% of the building got so excited. And then a good another strong majority of that majority realized what was going on. And they were like, oh, wait a second. Oh, no. We can't do this. Sorry. And a lot of people sat back down. Hulk Hogan came out on Monday Night Raw to promote his Real American Beer, brother, and
It's actually pretty good.
Bud Light is
me and a former co-host of this podcast enjoyed some Real American Beer.
Rey Mysterio had some with Hulk backstage and said it was good.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna take that.
I have no idea.
Listen, a lot of people are saying that Hulk Hogan's boos were because they were in a blue state in California and that he showed up to the arena wearing a MAGA Power shirt. I would like to say this. I like to think that we've all made our political opinions known in our private group chats. And guess what? Whether you watch this show and you are a Trump supporter, you are a Kamala Harris supporter, you don't support politics whatsoever, or you're James Freddie Fletcher and you have your shit together over in the UK. I really don't care. And I don't think any less of you as a person, whether you voted one way or the other. That doesn't matter. What matters is whether or not you are an asshole in the way you support your chosen candidate. That's simple. Because guess what? I know plenty of people who support Donald Trump and they're cool. I know plenty of people that support Donald Trump and they're assholes. I know plenty of people that support Kamala Harris and they're cool, and plenty of people that support Kamala Harris and they're an asshole. Okay? The Undertaker came out on his bike to a loud ovation, overshadowing Rhea Ripley's championship win, which kind of upset me in that. But no boos there. And he had Donald Trump on his podcast with Kane. Yeah, I gave it a listen. Interesting. But let's not make this all about pop. And I'm sure there was a good smattering of boos because of Hulk Hogan's political affiliation. But Hulk Hogan is a racist piece of shit. That's simple. That's why he got booed.
Yeah, I have. I do care who you voted for. I do think less of some of you. That's why Dave is the host of this show and I'm just here. I don't support Hulk Hogan. I think his beliefs are wrong, flat out. But I don't think the boos, I would have booed him politically, of course, but I don't think my primary boos would have been about that. I think it would have been, why are you here? Oh, it's because you just got this beer sponsorship with the promotion and shit with Netflix and WWE. And then it to me, I'm gonna boo a cash grab any day. And that's all this is. This is just a cash grab. Red and yellow Hogan hasn't been cool for a long time. And the people that grew up watching that, where it meant something to us, because no one can deny it. No one who is our age, elder millennials or older, can deny what Hulk Hogan did for professional wrestling for us. We can't deny. We can't take away from it. It was larger than life. It was surreal. But then when we learned that Hulk Hogan's not actually Hulk Hogan and he's Terry Bollea, things change. And he's not treated people well. Period. We've learned so much of the history of who he was as a professional, like from the backstage side of things, that it's like, why would we support him? I'm a real American is what I came out to when I fought someone in a cage. That was my entrance music.
Love it. Not the match between Harold and JP Ono. Harold Award-winning match of the year.
No, I didn't come out to that. I booed Hogan for that because it just didn't make sense. And it had no right being there. He had no right being there. I booed The Undertaker for the same reason. And Dave, you hit it. He took away from Rhea Ripley's moment. I forgot she wasn't the champion before that match.
Yep. Okay, so fun fact, folks. We all control, but I do most of the posting for the
I do none of it.
Broadcast Facebook page. And I like to comment on stuff and poke the bears and whatnot and stuff. And I made a comment on the Real American Beer TikTok or Reel or whatnot. And of course, like I did last year, went viral again, and got into a pissing match, or as I like to call it, a Real American Beer match, with a lot of people on there. And so many people came at me saying, like, the WWE would be nothing without Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is the reason that Netflix and WWE got together. And you know what, folks? To those people, I say, you can do great things in this world. You can be an innovator. You can be a leader. You can do amazing things. You can still be an asshole and a piece of shit and still do great things. Time Magazine, 1938, Man of the Year. Do you know who it was?
Dolphy.
Hitler. It was fucking Hitler. Hitler won Man of the Year in 1938. Okay?
It was close. It was close, though.
But I think Lou Gehrig was in there too. They thought about it. But you know what? Let's catch headlines. But folks, no one is taking away from the legacy that Hulk Hogan built. Okay, no one. There's no doubt that without Hulk Hogan and even Vince McMahon, because we're not afraid to say his name here. Without Vince McMahon, without Hulk Hogan, WWE is not what it is today. WWE is what it is now without them. It's better. It's more entertaining.
Yeah, honestly.
But
a leg drop doesn't kill people now.
Yeah, no, a leg drop don't do shit, man. A leg drop's what we call a rest hold.
When's the last time you saw someone do a fucking leg drop?
I don't think that Hogan's got too many leg drops in him anymore. I've seen Hogan in real life recently. I've seen him recently in real life, and the man does not move well.
I was going to say, regardless of, take away the political and racial undertones of Hulk Hogan, personality, physically, he came out looking like an old man. Like, he came out, like, kind of waddling and whatnot. I was like, oh.
No, that's how he just
I'm trying to find a picture.
Also, if you don't watch Pat McAfee's show, I recommend you do it because they spoofed a Hulk Hogan press conference, and it was the funniest shit ever. They're like, I can't believe that liberal California would treat Jimmy Hart like that. I mean, yeah, he's just shady bullshit, but you can't boo that man.
I felt bad for Jimmy Hart. I haven't felt that bad for Jimmy Hart since Brian spilled a drink on him.
So, some of you watching may not know this. I'm an optician. I do glasses for a living. I fit people in them. I design lenses. I love what I do.
Tom's got glasses on Instagram.
Hulk Hogan walked out wearing these. I'm sorry. His eyes are somewhere down here.
This
man has so much money. Has so much fucking money. And the glasses Nick probably got there from the party store fit him better. Take that shit off. So when you're a multimillionaire, have someone who tells you, "Hey pal, you look like shit." And there it is. And there it is.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let me tell you something, brothers. In California, I'm not even gonna go there. No, I was about to make a joke, but I'm just not gonna. Never mind.
That would have gotten us fired really quick.
Never mind. So, can we move on from Hogan and talk about Netflix?
Yes, before I get canceled.
I'll say this. My biggest fear about Netflix after watching the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight was, would the stream be clear? Would it be consistent? And I've watched a lot of PLEs and pay-per-views on Peacock and the WWE Network. That was the clearest stream that I've had legally in the last 10 years. It was
production was top notch.
Yep.
Production was awesome.
I love the drone swiping shot or whatever it is. I think
Tom pointed it out about the drone that they were very like somebody was drunk flying that thing.
There was one where the drone did like the outside of the arena into the arena, and that drone was just not going straight.
This is the hand I fly with.
Whoever's playing that was having too many real American beers.
Yeah, seriously. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Oh shit. But yeah, no, the stream was fantastic. Great job. And I also think, one of our biggest criticisms, like the stream during the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, there were far less people watching Raw than there were watching.
It said 4 million.
I've heard that it was the most watched thing on Netflix ever in the history of Netflix.
It beats Squid Game, which is incredible.
I finished this season of Squid Game. Dave, why are you on a fisheye lens?
My computer's old. My screen kind of pops off sometimes, but no, I'm very excited for season 3 of Squid Games, folks. Let us know your Squid Games conspiracies in the comments below. I also and I guess you know what, now I can officially say this because I put these thoughts on Facebook and somebody asked, who am I talking to? And I guess now I'm talking to you, the audience of the Wrestling NRD Broadcast. But like I said, feed was great. Michael Cole seemed a little off at times. I don't know.
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt. Who are you talking to? Where is it? John Stanley.
Hi, John Stanley.
Hi, John Stanley.
Hi, John Stanley. How you doing? We're talking to you, brother.
Fucking twat.
But as I was saying, Michael Cole seemed a little off in times. I don't know if that was production in his ear, or if he was distracted by bright lights and pretty things in the front row.
I think he's on his way out.
What's that?
I think Cole's on his way out.
No, I think he's got another 2 years left.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying this year. I'm saying he's
within the next 5 years. He's probably
that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Oh wait,
but
I have to find
it. He did.
What's that?
He was on the table yeeting.
Did you see what happened?
When he was off and couldn't get down?
No. Hold on. I'm trying to find the because Danielle sent me the TikTok.
I think they thought the Apple Watch thought he took a fall.
Yeah, it popped his Apple Watch. It said it looks like you've taken a hard fall on his Apple Watch after the yeeting incident.
That's what happens when you got Travis Scott show up. He starts burning sage in the arena. Things get wild.
I'd also like to point out that in like the post game interview Triple H did with like Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett and Byron, he's like, "I'm very proud of Jey Uso for saying no."
No, he didn't.
He did. It's fucking hilarious. He goes, "I'm very proud of Jey Uso for just saying no." Wow. Could you imagine if Jey went, "Yeet"?
I heard somebody say that was the first time that a joint had been smoked on Raw ever. But I just want to point out that The Godfather came out smoking a cigar every episode in the Attitude Era, and you got to think that The Godfather
was smoking.
Might have had something up in his cigar.
Are you saying that
man
rolled a fatty for that pimp daddy?
Yeah.
Overall, how would we rate Raw?
Okay, so
Nick's got feelings.
I do. I actually watched
it. Ready to talk.
All right, I'm saying nothing. Go ahead, Nick.
From like a wrestling nerd perspective, I thought it was a lot of pageantry and filler and BS, and there was only like 4 matches in like 3 hours or whatever, 3+ hours and stuff. So maybe but I don't think we were the target audience. We're gonna watch Raw no matter what because we're wrestling fans and stuff. This show was catered to people that haven't watched wrestling in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got Netflix. Oh, look, the wrestling's on Netflix. Let's check this out. It was like a reintroduction of this is what we do. Here are all these faces that you remember from your childhood. We're going to bring them all out. This is great. This is makes us feel great. This is our new talent. They put on like the best matches they can come up with. I mean, they were like WrestleMania pay-per-view quality matches here and stuff. So I just feel like for that, they succeeded. Maybe not for like the big wrestling fan like us. It might have been more. I mean, I heard that Penta was supposed to debut on this, but Rock and Cena went over.
New Day and Rey Mysterio and Penta, I believe.
Yeah, and there was stuff. So, but I don't know. It depends on how you look, how you want to look at it. I mean, they have to think it's a success. I mean, Netflix has to be happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stuff, and I mean that's really all that matters.
Can I piggyback on your Penta comment real quick?
Yes.
That's my biggest frustration. You have one of, if not the best luchadors debuting. People are excited. You've been hyping it up. And then all of a sudden, randomly, Chad Gable's just arguing in the back saying, I'll take whatever luchador you have. Where did that come from? And you're going to have Penta debut on a random Monday Night Raw?
I would like to piggyback on top of that because I've listened to like a pitches podcast for like Raw, and somebody's like, "Yeah, I want New Day versus Rey and Penta, and then I want Penta to turn on Rey and fucking be heel Penta." Because apparently, I never watched Lucha Underground, but apparently, heel Penta in Lucha Underground is one of the greatest things of all time, and I love Pentagon. I've met Pentagon, and I want fucking violent Pentagon. That's what I want.
Dude's nuts.
Apparently. So yeah, how we all thought Penta was debuting last night. I honestly thought that the women's Intercontinental title match would be on there, and I'm like, oh,
there's the women's Intercontinental title.
Yes, like they crowned the women's U.S. champion at Saturday Night Main Event. I figure, oh, let's give the Intercontinental title that same kind of like high show prestige. Okay, we're not doing Saturday Night's Main Event. Like literally, they've had a tournament match every week, and then you take a break off for Netflix. It makes no sense. And then, so weird flex on my part here, everyone. My wife's got premium Netflix, and we don't have advertisements. So,
There's another thing. What is up with all these? Too many commercials on Netflix.
Here's the weird thing that I'm not sure of, and I almost wish I had the commercial free because it almost felt like I had too much wrestling going on.
So you didn't see any of the ads?
Like I didn't know what
ads at all.
Supposed to be broke. No, we had no ads. Like we had like I don't know if you guys have like the premium Peacock without ads, but like how in between matches they'll show like a hype package for like Gunther or something like that. So
like during the match, when they cut to like the commercial breaks during the match, what did they just kept on showing the match?
So they'd be like, yeah, more of this on Netflix. Quick fade, and then Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are still going, calling the match.
Wow, I thought that.
Because I remember I asked you guys, I was like, wait a second, did the screen go black or something? Everyone's like, no,
I
they're
didn't
in
realize
commercials.
that. I thought it was
Not
on
here.
everybody's because I have the Poor's Netflix with the commercials.
Stream.
Yeah,
no, not that poor. I actually do have Netflix, but
poor, not porn. Gotcha.
Poor. No, not porn. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother stream there. I live in Florida. They cut all that off, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Logos on the ring.
I like it. Whatever. I don't mind it. It reminds me of UFC.
Love the dark ring apron.
I'll say this: it's one of those things that I think those of us, again, who watch it every week will bitch for the next couple weeks. We also bitched about the Prime logo for a while. And then it just kind of becomes the norm, you know. I think what the biggest problem is, like, AEW does it from time to time. Like, sometimes they have DraftKings logos in there on the mat. Sometimes they don't, which makes it more noticeable. And I don't know from a marketing standpoint, is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? But, like, I think it's one of those, you know, you'll just kind of get used to it in a way. It won't be as distracting, you know, as long as like the fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot isn't on the outside of every fucking match.
That would be awesome though.
You know what little detail I did love?
What's that?
The new microphone.
The mic flat. Yes, that it was round rather than a cube. I noticed
that.
I'm
love that.
It's little nuances like that, changing the mat, changing the color of the ring canvas, changing the mic flat. I don't like the bowling. It looks like a fucking bowling shirt that the referee's wearing now. It looks like John Goodman, the Big Lebowski.
The ref shirts were awful.
They were wearing them on NXT. I don't know if they wore them on SmackDown or not.
Is NXT on Netflix now?
No,
it's
NXT is on the CW.
Okay. Okay. Overall, I think this was a good move for wrestling.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. It's available in more it's available in more homes now. It was funny, they kept saying it's like, yeah, the globe is watching. Yeah, they watched 4 matches. My only thing is this: if it's good, first of all, you need to make the time slot consecutive. You can't be till 8 to 10 one week, 8 to 11 the next. There's got to be.
I heard them say though that it could be that there's no runtime for Raw anymore now. It could be 40 minutes long. It could be 4 hours long. It just depends on what they feel like doing that week. That's
which I have no problem if it's like
today.
10:30 p.m. Miami time is the norm, and sometimes it's 10:25. It's at least 10:30. Sometimes it goes till 10:45. You know, but don't cut me short and go over back and forth. Like, be consistent with the time.
I don't want a 4-hour night.
No, I don't want a 4-hour night either. I think 3 hours watching SmackDown on Friday when they were 3 hours was fantastic because it felt like, you know, Raw being 2 hours, especially after almost a decade plus of it being 3 hours, felt like it was cutting short, and there was so many stories that they couldn't tell in that time. So it felt like things were getting rushed.
I hate to admit 3 hours is the right time.
I think 3 hours is, if it's paced well, spread out, you've got time to tell stories, you've got time to incorporate this entire roster that you've got. You don't have the Judgment Day defending the title only fucking 4 times in 5 months. You know, let's make it great.
All right. Time to shit on stuff now. Let's go. First thing I'm going to shit on is The Rock. What the fuck is going on with The Rock? Like, why?
He's a good guy now.
So The Rock comes back and just decides 2 years or a year and a half of storylines, we're just going to throw all that out the window and we're going to cut this promo and we love everybody now and stuff. Like, what happened to the fight? Like, what is going on? Like, we love Cody now? Unless this is like some kind of like, unless they're building up to something and he's going to like do this master. But I just feel like it's just like, I don't know. I'm kind of done, played out with The Rock, to be honest.
I have a bigger issue that no one's talking about. The Rock was standing in a parking lot with his fucking tequila, right?
Yeah, drinking
and drinking, and then got in the fucking truck and drove off.
Yeah.
What the fuck? We don't condone drinking and driving. We condone drinking. We condone driving. You cannot do both.
Bruce Springsteen once got a ticket for drinking tequila in public with his fans. And the court case, because it had to go to court, was the United States versus Bruce Springsteen. But I will say, fuck The Rock, except for that's a good glasses choice. That's some Cartier glasses. Those glasses, that frame is well over $1,000.
Chump change.
Fit him beautifully.
Chump change.
But I agree with you, Nick. He needs, like, no more Final Boss. Best fees with Cody. Giving everyone the rub. I didn't get it.
I just feel like he doesn't want to be heel. I feel like he never wanted to be heel in the first place. He came back. The fans shit on it because they wanted Cody's story finished or whatever, so they swerved. The Rock's going to be a heel now. But now that he's coming back again, Rock doesn't want to get booed. Rock doesn't want to do this.
I think it's a combination of The Rock doesn't want to be a heel, but also Netflix wanted him as babyface because what is he invited as? I think The Rock is now what early 2000s, mid 2000s Hulk Hogan was to WWE.
That's what I thought.
He was there now it's The Rock. The Rock, like for years in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, Hulk Hogan was the, somebody name a wrestler, they tell you Hulk Hogan. Nowadays, somebody name me a former wrestler. They're going to tell you John Cena or The Rock because of their Hollywood appeal.
And then what's up with him going on? I didn't watch it, but I seen he went on Netflix or not Netflix, NXT, and went off. And he was like dropping F-bombs left and right.
Fucking still drunk. He was still drunk from his.
This is not even on Netflix. This is on cable.
He's like, fuck, I don't know what to say.
He's on the board. He's fine.
Yeah, I don't
understand. I just don't understand.
I didn't like it at all.
It feels a little forced. I would lay off The Rock for a while. Rumor has it he's not going to be a part of WrestleMania, which I'm not heartbroken over. But
Nick, what else did you want to?
John Cena's retiring.
Yeah, John Cena. I enjoy John. He's going to win the Royal Rumble, right?
John Cena came out, and I'll say this during wrestling in my home. I don't know about the rest of you. It takes a lot for me to go, oh, John Cena came out. Fucking popped out of my seat, man. I was excited. I was like, let's go, baby. Because you know what? John Cena has been my guy for the last 20 years. And you know what? I'm going all in. I'm investing fully in the retirement tour. I hope he wins the Royal Rumble. My prediction is that he will win the Royal Rumble. CM Punk wins the Elimination Chamber. Because I don't think John Cena would be in the Elimination Chamber. And I think he will put his spot at WrestleMania on the line against somebody at the Elimination Chamber. Maybe a Logan Paul or something like that. And then you could do, because just about every 10 years, they have that like old guard versus new guard match. WrestleMania 30. Or no, I'm sorry. WrestleMania 18, you had The Rock and Hogan. WrestleMania 29, you had The Rock and John Cena. And now, about 12 years later, let's have Cody versus John Cena. So, and then at WrestleMania 53, we'll have Cody versus Triple H's daughter. I don't know.
I worry that they didn't do a good enough job in the last 10 years building new stars, and that once the Undertakers and the Hulk Hogans and the John Cenas and all these people, they can't rely on them to come back and pop ratings and do dream matches. But like the Seths and the Romans and the Codys aren't like old enough to be like part. Like what do they do to pop? I mean, I guess CM Punk and stuff. What do they do to pop ratings like WrestleMania main events and stuhave
I think you can still bring those people back. You can still bring back, have, and I would love to see this, Shawn Michaels lead like an NXT charge or something like that, but
it just seems like they relied so heavily on like the part-timers coming back and like
I don't think so. I kind of disagree with that though, because I'm like the guys you just named, your CM Punks, your Seth Rollins, your Codys, they're them right now. They are the stars right now, and it's kind of hard to look at it in hindsight. And I always say how, and Tom, I'm sorry, I'm about to make a baseball reference, but like when Derek Jeter retired, a lot of people couldn't comprehend that they were watching their generation's version of Mickey Mantle. In a way. And I'm not comparing Derek Jeter's level of talent to Mickey Mantle because they're not the same.
That's like Washington Commanders fans watching Jaden Daniels.
And then comparing him to Tom Brady,
Yeah.
who last time the Commanders and the Buccaneers played each other, the Buccaneers won. But I think it's one of those, it's tough to, until you're able to look at it retrospectively, Roman Reigns will go down as one of the all-time greats. Seth Rollins will go down as one of the all-time greats. CM Punk, one of the all-time greats. AJ Styles, your John Cena's. And, until you are far enough removed, what's the saying? Like, I wish I realized the good old days I was living in the good old days when I was living them or something like that. Yeah. Appreciate what you have, everyone. Except you, John Stanley. Fuck off.
Fuck that guy.
We should get a T-shirt that says "Fuck John Stanley."
Who are you talking to now, John Stanley?
Talking to you, bitch.
Listen, I don't know where you're at. I don't know where you live. I don't know anything about you because your Facebook's all weird and like
Carolina. It's a green.
You've got like pictures of like fake AI photos of water and then an American flag. Here, and then you have a link to your YouTube that doesn't exist. We're talking to people.
Subscribers, bitch.
Let's invite him on the show.
We're talking to people. You know why? We have over 1,000 subscribers, and we have fucking friends. All right.
We should interview
John Stanley. You know what else we got? You know what else we got? Big old muscles. Because I'm a goddamn man.
I'm a fucking two-time one night heroin.
Never mind. I don't want to fight anyone. My arms, that just hurt.
We got anything else to talk about?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else happened on Raw now. When people watch this, the next Raw will already happen.
Yeah.
So
I know we're talking.
That was something that was exciting.
I got something.
We got to talk about, Tom.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing it back. Top 3 Tuesday.
Oh, shit.
Mind you, folks watching, I didn't give anyone any semblance of an idea that I was even thinking about this. So, Top 3 Tuesday, ready?
The blind rankings, okay.
No, not blind rankings. Top 3 Tuesday.
Okay.
Throwback.
Made into micro brawlers. We talked about those part-timers that give people the rub, that bring the pop. Top 3, WWE or F or WCW, old timers that bring the pop that you could get into a micro brawler. You have 15 seconds to think.
They have to be alive?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
WWF and WCW.
Or either or both. Which three of the names that can bring a pop that, like, if they came back on TV right now, would bring the big pop that you would love to see as a micro brawler? Ready, set, Dave.
Okay, obviously my guy, John Cena. And then the other two are dead, so if they came back, there'd be a huge fucking pop because we don't know what's happening. Number 2, I'm gonna go. I was fucking just looking at him. Where is he? Gene Okerlund would be fucking badass. Doing his little ducks, holding a mic. And then number 3, or should I say number 3 on my Tuesday, Howard Finkel.
Nikki, who you got?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
He needs to write it down.
Let me see. I'm pulling out my old wrestling cards so we can figure out.
Oh God! Do you want me to go? Are you not ready?
Yeah. Oh no! I have a Chris Benoit card. That's not good.
Jesus. Listen, I made a comment on that too, and it just.
Dave, I gotta. I'm gonna say this for the record on the air. Please stop. The amount of fucking notifications I'm getting from people that you're just pissing off and upsetting. We want people to like us.
I'm here to piss everyone off.
I'm gonna go with Jay Leno.
Oh God.
Okay.
Jay Leno as one.
They brought him in some capacity. Bring him in to fucking put Hogan in an arm bar on Monday night. Could you imagine?
Let's see.
It's so bad.
Let's see. Oh, Ernest the Cat Miller.
Yes.
That's one for
Fun
sure.
fact, he had the "Somebody Call My Mama" music before Bro.
I went to a Great American Bash live in DC, and he had what's his face? The guy that he was the dancing guy. God, why am I can't think of his name right now. James Brown. They had James Brown there.
Oh my god!
At the event I was at.
Was that 1999 or 2000?
That sounds about right.
Oh my god!
Let's see.
That dancing guy.
The dancing guy. You knew what I was talking about.
You mean James Brown?
James Brown. There you go. The dancing guy.
That
We're gonna
dancing
go
guy
with
who
my
came out
final
with
one.
Ernest the Cat
It's
Miller.
gonna be Lodi.
I have no idea who that is.
Not Lodi.
Lodi. So my list is Jay Leno, Lodi, and God, what was the other one I picked? I can't even Ernest the Cat Miller. There you go. That's bringing the heat. And Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon.
Honorary mention. I was not prepared for that, Tom.
No, I know. El Torito.
Ooh.
Yokozuna.
Yokozuna would be amazing. He's a large man.
And Doink the motherfucking clown.
Doink the Clown. Matt Bourne version.
I have an honorable mention because if he does show up in WWE, it's going to be a huge fucking pop, and I think we need a micro brawler of this person. Danhausen. WWE Housing.
Well, folks, thanks so much for watching this week's
Danhausen.
episode of the Wrestling NRD Broadcast. Be sure to like and follow AquaCare Pool Services on Facebook. Dave C, the DJ, the voice, davecannings.weddings.com. Follow that. Tom's got glasses on Instagram. We are on the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast is on all platforms, social media. Instagram, Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, WNRDB. Facebook, Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, WNRDB. NRD for nerd. That stands for Nick, Tom, and Dave. NRD. And then join our Patreon group. For as low as $1 a month, you could get your name in the credits. And then for more than $1 a month, maybe we'll let you into our group chat. I don't know. I don't know if I want new members in that. Maybe you got to spend more money because I'm a little bitch. John, what was that guy's name? John Stanley. Fuck you. I hope you have a terrible day. And I honestly, I hope that things just don't go well for you for a while. Not bad, just not well.
I actually want to invite John Stanley to be the first entry into the NRD Rumble.
You got to pay for that shit. You got to be
John
a patron.
Stanley
Don't forget, we're doing the Nerd Rumble coming up. You got to be a patron to be in it. Low as $1 a month, you get a spot in the Rumbles. You can win a shirt. You can win a shot at the Crown.
The road. The Tom says hi way.
I'll tell you hi. And then just like my good friend says, always, all the time, sometimes things happen. Just be that way because you're made beautifully. You're so beautiful, girl. Why you and it's over. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.
Go Commanders! Bucks suck.
I joke, but I don't like that guy was being mean to us on the internet. It kind of hurt my feelings.
To that, I say, fuck that guy.